What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 217. I don't know what we're doing. We're back. Wonder's back. Wonder's a hoe. He's got to leave in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, got a fire meeting.
Bro still thinks he's a fireman.
I try to be. I did that all day pretty much.
Bro abandoned me the other day for some fire bullshit too while we were playing video games. Yeah, let me go ask if I can play Call of Duty. Sits down to play, and then, I gotta go. Second game
at least
in.
You had somebody to play with.
Not really, but it's fine. You're just a hoe bag.
Yeah, wow.
Bro likes to play fireman.
Yeah, especially when I get paid $30 an hour to do it.
You don't get paid to play fireman.
Yeah, I do. If it's federal.
Yeah, but
Which is quite often because we have a lot of federal land around here.
literally never once since you started playing firefighter.
Well, yeah, it's because I've only been on like a total of 2 or 3 fires and they only lasted like 4 seconds. And
See what I mean,
didn't
chat?
burn.
See what I mean with this guy? See what I'm saying? This fucking guy. Awful. Atrocious.
Probably going to be a pretty busy fire season. We got a lot of crap from last year that's dry and ready to burn, and then we'll have the new stuff grow, and then inevitably it'll get all dry, and so we'll just have like double the foliage, and any kind of dry lightning like we like to have around here is going to light that shit up like it's gasoline.
So WrestleMania was last weekend.
I heard.
Yeah. That was fun.
Was it?
Yeah.
I heard old John Cena was there,
And The Undertaker and literally everyone ever. Because Cody Rhodes literally needed the Avengers to beat Roman Reigns. And that's not even what beat Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' own trauma beat Roman Reigns.
yeah.
Because Seth Rollins came out in the Shield gear with the chair. There's literally a moment on screen where Roman picks up the chair. Seth and Cody are in the same position, but on different sides of the ring. Roman could just attack Cody and keep his title. But he finally saw his chance for revenge at Seth Rollins and took it. Seth Rollins' whole, there's only one man in the universe uniquely suited to be your Shield. Yeah, kind of correct there.
I like how the one little cut scene I've seen of it, John Cena has like a bald spot,
Oh, yeah.
like right here.
Don't worry,
and he
so do
grows
I.
his hair
That's
really
okay.
long.
Yeah.
And so he combs it backwards, and he does like a move, and he stops and makes sure his hair was.
Don't worry, I have that same bald spot. It's great.
But John, I thought we couldn't see you.
You can't see me. Yeah. Atrocious. Yesterday there was a solar eclipse on Rebirth Island
Oh yeah.
in Call of Duty, so it just kept getting really dark. That was strange. I wasn't the biggest fan. Couldn't see nothing.
I haven't had half a second to play Rebirth. Last 3
Bro's
days.
pretended he's been busy. I haven't had any time to play Rebirth. I just went and played D&D though.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't go?
No.
No.
We played volleyball all night. We were in a tournament.
On Sunday?
Which we got to the yes.
Oh.
Which we made it to, it pissed me off because we made it all. I mean, we fought like crazy. Even beat the team that always wins it every year, which ended up winning the championship because it's double elimination. We were undefeated all the way up into the championship, so they had to beat us twice. And by then, we're tired, so the team decided to, not perform very well all of a sudden. Fight our way all the way to the championship and then not perform. So we got second.
Nice.
And the team that wins it every year won it again. So yeah, and then I had to play volleyball last night. And it was an 8:30 game, so I didn't get home till 11:30.
Why did you have to volleyball last night?
Because I was in 2 different leagues. The tournament was the end of the Wednesday league, but I also am in a Monday league. That's why I got to move the podcast to Tuesday. And that one is in the bigger town to our west.
Can you just finish the tournament already?
Well, we did. I now have Wednesdays off, so.
No, I said finish the Monday one.
Oh, well, that'll be another month or so.
Why?
Because it just started.
Golly.
We've only played 3 games in this tournament, or in this league.
Might as well quit.
It's a pretty short league, so compared to the Wednesday league, that one's like 4 months long. This one's only like a month and a half. And then they have a tournament, and then it's over. But now,
Ridiculous.
hopefully Wednesday night I'll have the slightest chance of being home and able to maybe run a couple rounds of Rebirth with you.
We know there's no chance of that. It's okay.
Wait, don't you have Run the North on
Yep.
Wednesdays? Oh, wonderful. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Hey, man,
Maybe
you're the one
Thursday.
who chose to pick literally every day that you have off to go do something. Literally all of them.
I don't know.
You don't
That's
get to
it.
complain about being tired or wishing you could play video games because you make these dumb choices.
Wow.
Just like
You know.
buying that gym membership that you've never used one time.
Well, if I used it, then I would have even less time to come and hang out with you. So shut up.
You already don't.
Yeah,
Loser.
it's bad enough as it is.
But golly, this dude makes every bad decision.
Yeah.
Awful.
Well, I wouldn't say it's bad decisions.
It's a
just
bad decision.
busy decisions. It's bad for you.
Bad for everybody.
All of the entertainment's gone when I'm not here.
False. It's bad
I
for
know.
you because all you do is bitch about all the stuff you have to do.
I haven't bitched once.
False.
When? When did I bitch?
All the
When?
time.
Not this year. Last year I did big time. But this year you told me I better not bitch, so I have not bitched one time. I tell you about my schedule, but that's not bitching.
That's true. I did tell him he's not allowed to bitch because he complained all year last year. I have so much going on. It's like, dude, that's your own fault.
Well,
You
but see,
agreed to do all of it for no reason other than you're dumb.
He is really, really good at, no, I don't want to do that. Me, I get asked to do something. I'm like, I really don't want to. And they go, oh, come on. And I go, fine. Okay.
They ask me and I go, no. Oh, come on. And I just don't talk to them anymore. I just leave. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
don't be pushy. I'm done. And I try not to be pushy. Normally I hit Wonder up and I'm like, yo, you want to do this thing? He goes, I'm busy. And I'm like, well, fuck you too then. And then I just leave.
Yeah, no, he's not pushy. He just makes me feel like shit.
That's fine.
There's a difference.
Yeah, I'm not pushy though. I'm cool with you leaving. I'm just going to tell you to go fuck yourself before you do.
Yeah. Yeah. He really gets pissed when, on rare occasions where we make plans and then I, end up having to do something else. And he
Well,
gets
yeah,
really mad.
because he only cancels the plans when it's our plans.
See, he says that, except I just literally canceled plans with the girlfriend, which if anybody out there has, had quite a few
Okay,
girlfriends.
again,
knows
by
that-
choice. You don't have to be at the darts banquet. You don't have to be.
Well, yeah, but it looks really bad when the team captain does not show up for the dart banquet. It makes the team look like, I don't know.
Who
not
said
a
you were the
team?
captain? No.
That's the guy that
Look at
filled
me.
out all the
I'm the
paperwork all
captain
year
now.
long.
Oh,
Oh, okay, fine. You
okay.
can be captain.
See, if I'm
Here,
captain,
have the paperwork.
you're still
Do
going to
it.
fill out the paperwork.
Do it.
Okay.
No, you paperwork.
Okay, I'll fill it out. Too
The
bad
problem
nobody
is
can
we're gonna
fucking
have to-
read it.
That's
So
what I
you're
was
going to
saying.
have to fill it out anyways.
Too bad we're gonna have to go off the other team's paper because we ain't gonna be able to read his handwriting.
Not
We
even
get
a
a call
little.
from we get a call from Linda every week.
Who?
Who won?
Yeah, us, for sure.
I'm like, honestly, I don't remember.
Yeah. uh
And this is why I'm team captain, because my handwriting's almost legible.
I feel like as the guy who was tasked with being the closer, that makes me the captain now.
Okay, whatever.
It's not like it matters though, because half the time we lost before I ever got a chance to actually close it out.
Technically, the closer guy is never the team captain, so he's the guy that goes first, which that's not true either, because I always go second.
There you
I don't
go.
know why. I think it's just because we figured out that Tony likes to go first.
He likes to go first. You want me to go last. You and Chris just figure it out over there.
Right, right. And depending on whether or not we win our, diddle right off the bat, you go
Yeah.
third.
Well, yeah, but that's just so I, in general, go last.
Yeah,
Ugh.
we'll always work it out.
Because it
We'll always work
works.
it out.
And the last time we got our shit kicked was when you didn't put me at the last spot, and nobody won a single match that night almost.
That's true. We only won 3.
We won
total.
3 as a team. It was tough.
Yeah, and Tony had 2 of them.
Yeah, and I had 1, and it was the very last game because I always win that one.
Yeah.
I'm not losing my last one
Yeah.
as much as I try to sometimes. I try to give them one shot,
Mhm.
Like you can have a chance because
Mhm.
that makes it worse for them when they lose.
True.
So I saw this thing, and I don't know. I've been trying to look into it, but I don't know if I care. So I saw this TikTok video where they were talking about the Tartarian Empire. Don't know if that was a thing, but maybe it was. It was it's apparently a lost civilization, and it's only one of the weirdest architectural conspiracy theories going. Basically, the idea is like the Great Wall of China wasn't actually built by China. If you look at it, all of the holes for where arrows and spears would come out are actually facing China, not away from China. Therefore, it was built by somebody else, or maybe they were just dumb. Just a thought. I don't know. Just a thought. But the World's Fair in Chicago, whenever that one was, the 1930s or whatever, all of the architecture, they built this great Tartarian style city and then demolished it right after the World's Fair, which is weird. So I was watching this thing, they were talking about it. So I've been trying to look it up. And I'm not getting that much evidence that makes me really well, this was for sure a thing. But so it seems there's been a monumental cover-up to hide the truth from us all about an ancient empire that's hiding in plain sight all around us. Or so a fast-growing group of pseudo-internet historians would have us believe. A kingdom so vast and architecturally sophisticated as to rival even the Roman Empire, many of the world's most famous architectural landmarks across the world are claimed to represent remnants of that lost empire. The Great Pyramids, Notre Dame in Paris, the White House, and pretty much any intricate building of the 19th century that features Greco-Roman, Gothic, or other styles could be Tartarian architecture, according to theorists who argue that the complexity and beauty of these structures could not have been achieved without advanced knowledge or technology. The modern fringe narrative posits the existence of a vast and technologically advanced empire run I didn't know this part. Run by a species of human giants, no less, which supposedly flourished before the modern age with the advent of free energy, advanced building techniques, and flying machines until it was destroyed and deliberately erased from the historical records. Still with us? Well, if you've ever entertained Atlantis, take a tumble down the rabbit hole to consider the mythical kingdom of Tartaria. See, nobody told me that this was this ridiculous. I thought it was just supposed to be they made stuff that looks all like this, and this stuff's all around the world, so maybe. That suddenly went off the rails really quick.
It just like got slowly more and more. It's like believable, and then all of a sudden it just kind of the plane has crashed.
So, origins of the empire and history of the Tartarian civilization aren't exactly clear. The theories can be as vague as it is fantastical. What makes the landscape murkier is the fact that Tartary was a real historical name for Central Asia that was included on maps of the world from the 13th century all the way up until the 19th. This led some to believe that an ancient people had literally been written off the map of history. In reality, there was simply a lack of knowledge from early geographers concerning what cultures made up that part of the world. Tartary became a general label that encompassed a large area, including Mongolia, parts of Afghanistan, China, and Asia, and a people who were known for their nomadic lifestyle and their skilled horsemanship. While Tartarian theorists originally started popping up in Russia in the mid-1970s, seem to disagree on a lot of things. They all agree that the remnants of this lost civilization have been hiding in plain sight amongst our cities and towns. It's believed that the key to a lost or buried past is the buildings that the Western world has reappropriated. Beaux Arts architecture, Tartarian. All those fabulous buildings that popped up during the turn of the century world fairs, stolen pre-existing structures from the Tartarian Empire. As the theory goes, they were buried during a supposed cataclysmic mud flood and later excavated, resurrected, and claimed by Western civilizations as achievements of modern architecture. How did we move those buildings? Who knows? The 1915 World's Fair held in San Francisco was reportedly the largest display of Tartarian architecture unveiled. Without knowing it, thousands of visitors to these events were getting a glimpse inside advanced culture erased from history. According to Tartarian believers, the New World powers that be have been busy manipulating I don't know who wrote this article, but it's a struggle sometimes.
Apparently, proofreading wasn't available.
Dude, Grammarly costs like $5. Just pay for it. Whatever. They're trying to erase the Tartarian Empire. Theorists even claim the bombing campaigns of World War II were a cover-up to destroy the last remaining evidence of the Lost Kingdom. Oh, good. It gets so much worse.
Couldn't have been that we got attacked or anything, you know.
Well, all the bombings everywhere were just to cover up the Tartarian Empire. Okay, so real quick, does the World's Fair still exist?
I don't know.
Is there a World's Fair 2024? I don't know. I'm looking.
It beats me. I don't know. I'm uneducated.
Huh. Oh, apparently it does still exist. The U.S. has failed many a time to get a bid on hosting it. Recently, in 2017, we made a bid for Minnesota to host in 2023 and lost to Argentina. Then in 2023, we ran another campaign to bid for Minnesota to host in 2027 and lost to Serbia. So the next opportunity to host a World's Fair will be in 2032 or 2033. So apparently the World's Fair does still exist.
They probably don't want to host it here because they're too worried about mass shootings or something.
That's fair. Yeah, so theorists believe that many architectural marvels from the past attributed to the Tartarian Empire were not only aesthetically significant, but also functionally crucial in harnessing and distributing free energy. The technology to harness such energy was far more advanced than it was publicly known, and was widely used by the Tartarian Empire. It is now claimed to have been lost, or more specifically, suppressed by those in power after the fall of Tartaria. Why? To maintain control over energy resources and the populace, blah, blah, bullshit. Which, I mean, that's kind of fair. So, large and ornate buildings with spires, domes, and intricate metalwork, like the Eiffel Tower, for example, are ripe for Tartarian conspiracies that claim they were designed by the lost civilization to collect atmospheric electricity or other forms of natural renewable energy, part of a worldwide system for generating and distributing free energy accessible to everyone. It's also believed that certain architectural designs, symbols, and placements were intentionally used to encode and preserve the knowledge of this free energy system, hoping it would be rediscovered in the future. So they claim that Tesla stole the tech, not stole the tech, but basically learned it from the Tartarians, because he figured out the way to do free energy without any wires or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very, very weird thing to read about. Marco Polo has been accused of being in on the ruse. Oh.
Like the app?
No, like Marco Polo the person.
Oh.
Dumbass. Because as his detailed account of life in Asia in the 13th century makes no mention of the Great Wall of China. The Tartary contingent believes it was the Tartarian Empire that built the Great Wall to keep the Chinese out. Marco Polo made no mention of the wall because the majority of it had been built in the 16th century, but details and facts aren't something devotees of Tartary let get in the way. That's funny. Another popular fake historical storyline sees Napoleon and the Tsar of Russia, Alexander I, fighting against the Tartarian Empire during Napoleon's failed Russian campaign of 1812. I wanted this to be real and something I could be like, yo, this is kind of cool.
The only reason Napoleon failed in Russia is because they didn't
the
realize
Tartarians.
No, Russia's fucking cold in the winter. 100,000 plus men froze to death. That's why he failed.
Good God.
Was not the Tartarians, unless Tartarians is cold weather, then, or maybe they're so advanced they changed the weather and caused it to be as it is usually, and
that's not entirely true. Not you. Sorry. No. So Graham Hancock did a Netflix series called Ancient Apocalypse, where he was attempting to sift through the sands of time to prove an ancient catastrophe wiped out another unspecified advanced civilization. That wasn't about Tartary. That's just the idea that humans have been advanced a lot longer than what we believe. And I mean, every year we push back how long we've been alive in general and how long we've been advanced for. And a lot of what Graham says makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad they weren't saying he was trying to talk about Tartary, even though that is kind of what this writer is trying to imply.
Well, my thing is brilliance is not a new phenomenon. People aren't just all of a sudden brilliant because we're modernized. People were smart back then too.
No, name one. Name one smart person.
Like, Cleopatra. She was smart.
Was she?
Yeah.
Was she?
I mean, she was politically smart. And pretty. That helps.
So yeah, I guess Tartaria is kind of another Atlantis, but weirder, I guess.
Yeah. I could see where there would be like
Oh yeah, I could see
a
there
type of
being, an
civilization that-
ancient civilization that like had architecture in that Greco-Roman or that Gothic style, because that is everywhere now. So maybe it was a thing and people saw it a bunch and then people designed their buildings after it in other countries and that stuck around. I don't think the White House was built some in the middle of Asia and then like walked here. I don't know how they think we got it here.
They flew it in our flying saucers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
See, you don't know. You don't know.
I just,
Uneducated.
I guess.
Yeah.
I forgot about the fake ass flying saucers. My bad.
Speaking of speaking of uneducation, I tried to die. But I seen your TikTok video today, talking about how like rare solar eclipses are
Yeah.
based on a planet, like scales of planets.
Yeah.
And the like you were explaining how
Yeah.
rare it is and why it's rare, and this motherfucker pops
Oh my
into
god, the fucking guy in the
chat.
comments, dude.
Yeah. A good job. I seen this video of such and such too. You just
Okay,
talked
did
about
you
it
go
point by
watch
point,
Hank
just
Green's
like-
video when he
No,
brought that?
but-
You should. But yeah, the reason the facts I'm stating are the same as the ones Hank Green stated are because they're facts and they don't change. What changes when it comes to any content talking about anything scientific or factual is the delivery.
Mhm.
I'm delivering it in a different way than him and in a different way than her, and it's all okay.
right.
Stop saying just because I talked about the eclipse, that means I'm copying somebody. No, that just means I wanted to talk about the eclipse. Because I
Right.
saw a bunch of people saying it was like underwhelming and they didn't understand why people cared. And it's like, dude, I just don't think you understand what you were witnessing.
Yeah, that's like saying that's like me going on TikTok and saying, "Oh yeah, water is two hydrogen molecules and one oxygen molecule," and then
Hank Green made that video
Hank-
already. It's like, well,
yeah,
maybe.
it's like, well, it's kind of a fact.
if we talked about water and what it was, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a crazy fact that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Oh, you're copycatting.
You're copycatting Murphy.
Murphy's Law. He
Copying
made a
Murphy.
video.
It's like, bro, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, it's called facts.
Oh,
called,
ridiculous.
Facts are facts. They
Okay.
don't change.
So apparently they turned CERN back on again, which they do yearly. This isn't news. Well, it is, because it's always cool when it fires up again, because it's like, oh, CERN's doing stuff. But some bitch on Twitter is just like, can we talk about the Nope. Can we talk about the ethical implications? I was trying to combine those two words.
I've seen this too.
Of CERN's experiments. While it's fascinating, are we playing with fire? The potential risk to our planet and beyond should spark serious conversation and oversight. What risk? Like, genuinely. I don't understand where the idea that it could create a black hole comes from. Like a genuine black hole that actually means something.
Right.
Black holes require a lot of mass.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting two particles at each other is no mass.
It requires a lot of mass and, I don't know, an exploding star. I don't know. I think that's how black holes are made. Suns die and collapse on themselves and cause black holes because they're so massive, and a lot of mass, collapsing in on itself causes an immense amount of energy.
Oh, apparently also uncovering what the universe is made of and how it works is trying to recreate the conditions at the Big Bang. Or in other words, we're trying to play God. That's the ethical implication.
Oh.
I guess. At least that was one of the first things I'm now going through the comments
Mm-hmm.
on the original post, not on mine. I only got the
Yeah.
reply from the one person, and I didn't just want to call them dumb again, so I just left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because my real answer was going to be one that was going to get me yelled at by people, so I just stopped. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It just goes back to the point that, you know, there are unintelligent human beings out there that, you know, because they don't understand something, they're scared of it. That's just is how it is, I guess.
So I guess I guess part of it is they're afraid of strangelets. It's a hypothetical particle consisting of a bound state of roughly equal numbers of up, down, and strange quarks. Equivalent description is that a strangelet is a small fragment of strange matter, small enough to be considered a particle. The size of an object composed of strange matter could theoretically range from a few femtometers across with the mass of a light nucleus to arbitrarily large. Nice. Once the size becomes macroscopic on the order of meters across, hold on. What does it mean? Why are we afraid of strangelets? Oh, it can spontaneously decay other things it interacts with. I don't think we would be creating strangelets. See, that's the thing. I think people just hear a word and start saying, well, it could do this thing.
You know what it sounds like to me? You know, when metal rusts,
right?
When it interacts with water, it rusts. That's degrading, you know. Oh my gosh, everything's gonna rust.
They heard of CERN and said they were trying to open portals and something might come through or get sent through. What science fiction book are you reading thinking it's real? What? I don't understand.
Yeah, what's gonna pop through a portal that's, you know, microscopic too? Because that's all the bigger it's gonna be if it does open something up like that.
But yeah,
maybe they watched that one movie where they spin that machine around really, really fast, and it turns into like a, I don't know, like a transports you in like to a different dimension or something. I can't remember what that.
But yeah, so that tweet, I quoted it and I was like, I don't think you should be allowed to talk about science if you failed your middle school science class. They responded with, last time I checked, asking questions is a part of science. Last time I checked, when the question has already been answered 24 times, the only thing you're doing by asking it again is looking like a fucking moron who does not deserve to speak. Stop. Just because speech is free doesn't mean you should speak. Sit down. The adults are talking. Sit down. Thank you.
The thing about it is, if this was pre-phone era or pre-computer era, I could understand having a thought like this. But now we walk around with these things. They're called computers, mobile computers. Like, you can look Google quick. You can even talk to it. You don't even have to type it in. You can talk to it. Say, hey, you know, why is this the way it is? And it goes, this is why it is. And you go, oh, okay, I now understand this. Ta-da!
Ooh, HowStuffWorks.com. Why conspiracy theorists are obsessed with CERN, the Large Hadron Collider. Let's see what we can find.
This ought to be good.
Somebody control the dog.
A roof. Dino.
European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, was established in 1954 in Switzerland by 12 member states. Since then, it's swelled to 22 member states and has made dozens of important discoveries, including the Higgs boson, or God particle, and invention of the World Wide Web. A powerful scientific laboratory like this is ripe for conspiracy theories, especially after it turned on the Large Hadron Collider. For a while, before it hit the on button, people feared the Large Hadron Collider might destroy Earth, being the largest machine in the world used to smash subatomic particles together. But alas, it still has not. While the kind of cutting-edge science discoveries made at CERN are thrilling, a number of theorists around the world still worry about the possibility of disastrous effects from the research. Stuff They Don't Want You to Know hosts Matt Frederick and Ben Bolin compiled and observed all available data and theories they could find in this episode of the podcast, Should We Be Concerned? All caps on the CERN. I like that title. That's good stuff. 10 out of 10.
I'm concerned with people's thought processes.
Fair. Particles are the microscopic elements that make up everything in the entire universe, and subatomic particles like protons and electrons are even smaller than atoms. What CERN is trying to find out is how the universe works by studying the building blocks of all matter, as well as the fundamental forces that make them work the way they do, like gravity. No small task. In order to do that, scientists at CERN accelerate two high-energy particle beams close to the speed of light inside the Hadron Collider, which is supercooled by electromagnets to negative 271.3 degrees Celsius or negative 456.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the particles reach the proper speed, they are made to collide, and the scientists and physicists observe the results. These experiments have proven the existence of the Higgs boson, as well as helped us better understand the neutral particles called neutrinos. Could the Large Hadron Collider and CERN also be at the heart of potentially planet-destroying experiments? Whew, my brain is going a little too fast for my mouth, apparently. Theories run rampant. When the collider was experiencing setbacks and delays in the early 2000s, some thought that perhaps a time traveler from the future was returning to the past to deliberately sabotage it in order to prevent some disaster.
I feel like I remember hearing about that.
The supposed time traveler tried everything, including a time-traveling bird with a baguette. But the collider was turned on in 2012 anyways. But the Mayan calendar. No, shut up.
That was funny.
Other theories accuse CERN of causing earthquakes by sending plasma from Switzerland to Italy at high speeds, opening portals into hell or other dimensions, and shifting the world into an alternate timeline. Now that one, maybe.
The 2012 thing was kind of funny because I specifically remember sitting in class at our school, and we counted because they had it like up to the time that it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, the day and time.
So
like this is when the calendar ends.
Or something like that. So we're sitting there. We were counting down like it was like Happy New Year or something like that.
If we were all going to die, we were going to celebrate it.
And then it was all quiet after we got to, 12:01, and everybody's looking around. Well, we didn't die. And everybody's like, damn it. We have to stay
back to class. Unfortunate.
We were all hopeful. Didn't happen.
Now, so I've read this theory. So we all know of like the multiverse theory and like the idea of that. I love this idea that like every time you get close to death, you just get transported to a different version of yourself. That's why your memories seem to change all the time and whatever. That would be incredibly cool. So like just as you're about to die, you just wake up in your body again somewhere else. It's like stuff's different.
Maybe you go at like random points in your lifetime. So
maybe that happened to all of us on the same day because CERN turned on and killed the world, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
In 2015, CERN admitted it attempted to create tiny black holes so scientists can study antimatter. CERN insists its research, including that of microscopic black holes, is perfectly safe, which it is because it wouldn't have the mass to do any destruction. You could just grab it. Like it wouldn't do anything. Theoretically. It's all theory.
We really don't know.
You can only get so far with theory alone. Oppenheimer told us this. When he was talking to in the movie, but this also is a thing that happened when he was talking to the general about, there is a slight chance that the reaction never stops and we destroy the Earth? How slight? Fractions of a percent of a percent. It's like near zero. I'd rather it be zero. It's as close as you can get with theory alone. Which is true until you do it. It's all theory. A game theory. And I'm sad.
Yep.
But yeah, tiny black holes. So what else are the physicists and scientists at CERN getting up to in Switzerland? Who knows? Because this article ends. They want me to listen to a podcast, which I will not do.
Amazing that this actually started in like the 50s.
Well, the Large Hadron Collider is what people are afraid of.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I don't know. Most vehicles couldn't go over 55 miles an hour in the 50s, so.
Why? Not you. What's really going on at CERN? Serious question. I'd like to hear alternate theories besides what we're told by the scientific community and the organization itself. Yeah, I'd rather hear what you idiots on the internet think than those damn scientists working on it. Remember,
Right.
The scientists aren't the ones to be afraid of. It's what the government does with those technologies that you should be afraid of.
True.
The scientists
Oppenheimer.
don't have a single bad intention. It's just the government that does.
Right.
Ugh.
Scientists are just trying to advance our technology.
Right.
Government's looking for weapons. All the time.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't know. That's true. You can just visit CERN. So, like, I kind of want to. I think that'd be
All
a
right.
great video. You want to go to
the like, I can't believe the size of it. It is like absolutely
Oh,
massive.
God, yeah. It's insane. So there's this place kind of near us in South Dakota. They turned an old gold mine into like a research station. I gotta find this.
Research station.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I gotta find this thing again.
I'm intrigued.
I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. Sanford Underground Research Facility. They're in Lead, South Dakota. They are doing a bunch of tests to like try to actually detect dark matter, which is sick. In a global race to directly detect dark matter, a project in South Dakota has lapped the field. Lux Zeppelin, next generation dark matter experiment, funded by the United States Department of Energy, Office of Science, is located nearly a mile below the surface at the Sanford Underground Research Facility in Lead, South Dakota. Results published from the first 60 days of the search put LZ in the pole position against other experiments in Canada, Korea, China, Europe, and elsewhere around the globe. Scientists believe that dark matter makes up most of the mass in the universe, but it's invisible in everyday life. So how do you see something that is invisible? In the simplest sense, LZ is a thermos that contains slightly more than 10 metric tons of liquid xenon at the core. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Researchers believe some of the particles of dark matter streaming through every inch of the universe will interact with some of the xenon atoms. You can think of this interaction as two pool balls colliding. When this reaction happens, it will cause a tiny flash of light to occur at the center of the xenon chamber, possibly indicating dark matter. Seeing a dark matter interaction is a little like trying to hear a pin drop at a massive rock concert. The only way to pick out the minuscule noise of the pin hitting the floor amidst the waves of blaring guitar solos is to filter out all other sounds happening around the pin. LZ is located deep underground to help filter out the cosmic rays that constantly bombard the planet and make it difficult to detect rare dark matter interactions. Many people have heard of the Large Hadron Collider at CERN. It's the biggest particle accelerator on the planet, and it examines the near light speed collisions of subatomic particles. The Large Hadron Collider does loud physics. What we're looking at in LZ is the quiet side of physics. We're looking for low energy particles that almost never interact with matter. But seeing these rare particle interactions is not easy. So basically, it's just so there's a whole bunch of stuff happening at this research facility. It is so
Bro.
what?
So like the liquid, xenon or whatever.
Oh, did you look up like how much that costs?
Yes, because I know it's a lot. So, guess how much a bottle of liquid xenon
10 grand.
xenon costs? $100,000. And they have how many fucking metric tons?
10.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Don't well, if you're gonna rob anywhere on the earth, there you go.
It's not as expensive in gas form. It's only like $354.
Well, maybe they got it all in gas form and then liquefied it. Who knows?
Maybe, I don't know. Liquid form is like 100 grand for a bottle of it. Which they just said for a bottle, so I don't know if they mean like a. To me, a bottle's like this. But maybe
I can.
It's a big bottle. I don't know.
What a YouTube video that would be. Go tour this place. That'd be fun.
They probably wouldn't let you film.
I don't know. I wonder if it.
It'd be cool if they did.
That would be something I'd have to like. I couldn't just reach out to go visit. I'd want to go. Like I'd want to reach out and be like, "Yo, this is what I want to do."
Right.
And like,
it'd be awesome. Is like, it'd be really cool is if they were like, "Oh, so you're like interested in this and stuff," and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm like extremely interested." And then you get into like an intricate conversation with them, and they go, "How would you like to come and be an intern for us?"
That'd be so
something.
sick.
So, fuck.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where this what this place was. It's an abandoned gold mine, though.
Yeah,
is what it was.
I would never I could only imagine. I feel like it would be like some Fallout shit there.
Maybe.
Like a big old. I can only imagine like a big ass vault, and then you get in an elevator, and it takes you way the hell down.
When realistically, it's probably just a door. Doesn't even have a lock on it.
Probably.
You just walk in. It's fine.
Well, for now, until they discover something that's important, then they'll fucking be like Fort Knox.
So right now they've got they have 29 experiments taking place underground at Surf. They've got people, what are they working on here? Low energy particle accelerator that allows researchers to study the process that takes place inside collapsing stars. Interesting. Interesting. In 1969, a chemist by the name of Ray Davis began an experiment to detect neutrinos coming from the sun. So I guess they're still working on the Davis experiment, which makes sense. Neutrinos. The Long Baseline Neutrino Facility will host Deep Underground Neutrino Experiment, the world's flagship neutrino experiment. Apparently, a lot of science is happening in Leeds, South Dakota.
It's wild.
They've got a deep mine microbial observatory, and that's where The Last of Us starts. The Deep Underground Gravity Laboratory placed sensitive instruments in Sanford Lab to determine whether it's suitable for a large gravitational wave experiment and to monitor the Earth. That's pretty dope. Let's see. Anything else really cool?
All I know is if it's a zombie apocalypse like The Last of Us, I don't want that. If it's like The Walking Dead, though, I'm all for it.
You watched that show yet? Ever?
The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Not really. I see like clips and stuff on TikTok, but
it's one of those shows that is great, but it becomes so hard to watch because why does every season need 23 episodes? Like Marvel and Star Wars are doing it wrong by having 6 or 7 episodes. Like I feel like there's a good middle ground here, you know, that 10 to 12 episode range, pretty nice. It's pretty nice. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I don't know. As soon as I, hear about a zombie apocalypse and I walk outside and I start hearing clicking sounds, I'm not coming back outside. I don't care how many guns I have.
Nah, give me the worst. What is the worst kind of zombie apocalypse? The government is definitely watching my computer after CERN research and Tartaria, and then the place in South Dakota, and now zombies. It's like, what is this guy planning? What is he scheming?
I feel like being from Wyoming, they just kind of, you're a typical person from Wyoming.
Hardest zombie apocalypse to survive in World War Z. I mean, that's fair.
That one is fucking nutty.
28 days later. Okay. Resident Evil would definitely be, or like Left 4 Dead, where the zombies are like specialized and can do crazy shit. Yeah.
I always felt like zombies that, like, you couldn't tell were zombies.
I don't like that. That's freaky.
Like, I'm a zombie right now, and I just say, hey, I'm going to come over and chill for a little bit. And you're like, all right. And I walk in there and wait till your back's turned and just, like, start chomping on your neck or something.
Yeah. Or the true worst is not technically zombies, but we're going to go for it anyways. The Flood from Halo. The little, like, bugs that can take over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Flood retain the collective knowledge of anyone that's been infected. So they become the smartest beings alive very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
That would be nuts.
Though The Walking Dead started adding variant zombies for some reason now too, so who knows? Because they started doing all their other shows, and then they did this thing in the last season of the main show where The Walking Dead zombies were weird because in the first time you see them in season 1, they could like run and try to climb, and then they just never did that ever again, ever. And then they started all these other shows where variant walkers were a thing, but the main group still never dealt with them. So 11 seasons and like 18 years into the apocalypse, they're all standing around and look out, and a zombie climbs up onto a box. They all go, what the fuck? It's like, dude, what? That's the explanation you're going to use? They've been here. You just didn't know. Hate it.
My thing is like, after 18 years, they are like technically dead. So I would feel like they would be a little more rotten after 18 years.
No, they are. The zombies in The Walking Dead, you do watch them slowly go from like dead people to like mush. It's gross.
I just don't feel like, there would be anything to support the body to move.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. Don't ask me. I'm not a Walking Dead scientist. Yeah. I'm me. I'm Himothy.
I can believe in like The Last of Us more because your body is being taken over by like a fungus. So technically the body's living, but it's not. It's just like the fungus that takes over the ants or the flies or whatever.
To me, that feels more terrifying in every way.
Right, but that I would understand why it wouldn't decay or why it would change its form over time is because it's technically a different living thing.
Sure.
You know, I
Sure.
don't know. But anyway, Fallout comes out, the TV show, in
Yeah.
2 days.
You gonna come over and
Excited for
watch it or no?
No, I'm probably gonna be gone this weekend.
Golly.
But I'll be here the week. I'll be here
No,
the
you
weekend after. Yes, I will.
Yeah, just like the last weekend where you said you were gonna be here and then you weren't. Fuck off.
Well, I have to be here the weekend after that because it's the dark.
You
thing.
won't. You'll be doing something else.
Nope.
You'll even abandon me at the dart thing.
Nope.
You won't even go
I'll
to
be there
that.
for that. Nope. Nope.
You'll show up and then leave because you had better plans with better friends.
Well, I can't imagine we're going to be there more than 2 or 3 hours anyway.
That's already too much of all of those fuckheads.
That's just get ready for all them hugs, man.
No. I just might not go. That's what I'm hearing.
Fine. I'm not bringing your pins to you.
What pins?
You got a 4-round out.
No, I did. Woo.
That's a pin. I don't know what else you
But
got.
I
Who
also,
knows?
it's probably not a pin, remember?
Yeah, I don't know if they did this year or not. I just know they were thinking about not doing it. So, or doing patches, or I don't know. Well, the way it sounded like there was some type of reward for the stuff. Otherwise, I don't understand why we would even wrote anything down.
I don't know.
You know.
I'm just mad
So
at you
there's
for
something.
losing.
Well, technically, I did the exact same as you.
I know. It's not even your fault.
If we all would have went 50%, then we would have had to do the 501, and maybe would have won.
No, we didn't even need to go 50%. Technically, me and you just needed to go undefeated and get
Well,
a
true.
win from somebody. And
But
we
I mean,
both
like,
fucked it.
Yeah, but that's
Well,
the thing. We
after it
didn't
was
get
already
a win.
over, but
I would rather.
or no, if we went undefeated, it wouldn't have mattered what anybody else did.
Well, we would have went to 501.
Yeah, and I know you're like, well, they weren't playing that well. They just couldn't win. We wouldn't need them to win in 501. Just get us points. They could do that.
Yeah. Which means they're gonna throw for 20s and they're gonna hit ones every single time. Which is because trust me, last year I played 501 with these two. They think 501, oh, we got to get as much points as possible instead of just throwing like normal, like they normally do. And they end up hitting the lowest numbers ever. So I speak from experience. But this year we didn't have to do 501s except for when we tied, and we never tied this year. So
Yeah. Well, because I didn't let us either. We had already lost, or I was going to guarantee the win.
I was about to say, we either A, got our ass kicked, or B, we won. That was it. There was no in between. There was no close, except for that one game.
Yeah. Where we had 2 subs. Yeah.
Yes, which that's understandable, So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to show up and eat my food and get my stuff and maybe throw a round of darts for shits and giggles and go home, play video games.
I don't even know if I want to eat food, because that means trusting random people.
That's true. I mean, hopefully nothing has any nuts in it or anything like that.
That's why I probably won't eat it.
I don't even know what we're having this year.
I might just avoid eating.
I know they got some kind of meat, which is if it's just like a steak or something. I can't imagine there's any nuts in a steak, but you never know.
You never know what they're seasoning it with is the other thing.
Yeah, true. Hopefully just salt and pepper, because that would be the white person thing to do. But I don't know. If it's prime rib, they probably don't season it at all. So
Can I go cook for them? Because I don't trust anybody else to do it.
I can ask them. I'm sure they'd let you.
No, God, no. I don't actually want to.
That's what I thought. I would not want to do that either. So
See,
kudos to whoever ends up doing
I
it.
don't want to, but part of me almost would, just so it's actually good food.
Yeah.
And then the first person who complains, I'm throwing a dart in their eye. And your eyeball's about the same size as a bullseye, so I'm probably gonna hit it.
True. Aim for the pupil.
Right?
Don't aim for the eye, or you'll miss.
Right.
This guy can't hit a big part of the board, but if it's a tiny thing, the tiniest thing on there, he could hit that. I
Bullseye.
don't know.
I can hit the bullseye. Or my favorite thing is hitting one dot outside of it all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear.
I've been there too.
Oh,
It's
God.
it's very disheartening to see that, you know.
Darts is
One
frustrating.
bubble off every time. Yep. Yep. Instead of a hat trick, you have like a score of 20 if you're lucky.
Jesus Christ. BuzzFeed posted an article, 31 things that influencers have normalized that are actually so messed up. And then they used a picture of Alexa Bliss, who's not an influencer. She's a WWE superstar. And they didn't ask her if they could use the picture. And their first point, ask people before you record them. Well, you didn't ask before using her picture, so...
Wow, hypocrite right off the bat. Good job.
Also, no. I won't. Well, it depends on the scenario. If I am walking in public recording myself and you're behind me, tough shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Like, and that's not me being entitled and douchey. That is, we are in a public space. I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want to.
Right.
Within
Yep.
the restrictions of the law. And the law says it's a public place. I can record whatever the fuck I want to.
Right.
I'm not going to go out of my way to film you, I promise. And if you go out of your way to keep yourself in frame so you can bitch, I can't help you.
Right. Now, if you know, have a feeling that you've been recorded by us, you know, us walking by, and you walk up to us and say, "Hey, would you mind if you blurred my face or, you know, edited me out of the video or whatever like that," and was, you know, a nice person about it? Sure. I don't have a problem with that. And then we can make a mental note on the time on the video so we know where to go back and edit it out or do whatever. You don't have to be a crazy Karen to everybody around you. You could just be a civilized human being.
Yeah.
Get over it. There's cameras everywhere. Are you going to go in and demand that your face get blurred out or edited out on every security camera you
I was
ever
going to
walk
say,
by?
you're already on camera, you weirdos. All the time. You're
Every
in public.
grocery store you walk into, anytime you park in a Walmart parking lot, anywhere, you are being recorded. Good job for getting upset about being recorded. You know, knowing about it, I guess. I don't know. I would rather know I'm being recorded than, like, I don't know, not know. So I could, you know, who knows? You might be picking your nose or something, and you end up on TV. I don't know. Maybe that's why people get upset.
I don't know, Doug. But it's a little ridiculous. But...
I'm trying to see through the other the argument or whatever that might be brought forth after this video. I'm weird like that. I like to have arguments in my head so I'm prepared for random arguments.
I get that, but normally people are dumber than whatever you're going to try to bring up, so...
Right. There's nothing more, like, disappointing than having this collective argument in your head that you're going to have with somebody, and then you overthought it because you know they didn't have the brain capacity to so then you're like almost thrown off because they come up with some the dumbest topics ever, or I don't know, points ever, I should say, and you're like, what does that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Why are you bringing that up? How am I supposed to argue against that? Other than, you know, call you dumb. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
It's
like
dumb.
intellectual arguments, That's why I like you. 'Cause
Well, I
we
like
can have
intellectual arguments. The issue is that's not what I get most of the time.
that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. I
Like-
don't get it.
Right? Me and you, when we get them, sometimes we both get into the really yelly version of it, but it also doesn't matter because we both have a real point. Whether we agree with it or not doesn't really matter.
Well, see, that's how you know it's a good argument, though, because
Fuck, dude.
when we get to the yelling part, that's because both of us have a point,
Yeah.
and both of us are stubborn enough to stick to it.
Yeah.
Because if it was a bad, if either one of us had a bad point, we'd be like, you're right.
Yeah. It's like, oh, fuck. Wait,
Shit,
that
I'm
makes
dumb.
sense. God damn it.
You
Oh,
know?
that tracks. Or we just stop and you go, well, realistically, the actual answer is Ronald Reagan was the problem.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
We argued for like 2 hours one night, and
We
then
did,
genuinely
too.
before we left, it was just, I think we can both agree it was all Ronald Reagan's fault. And it's like, yep, that's fair. And then
Yep,
we just
yep. And then we went and got food after that. So
fucking incredible.
Want to get food? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm hungry.
Okay,
That was a
we're
lot of
2
yelling.
My throat hurt after that conversation because we yelled at each other so much.
Oh, good times though.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah. I agree. Don't know what's sad, but I agree.
Drew McIntyre's original WrestleMania gear was lost by UPS before WrestleMania.
Oh.
So somebody stayed up the entire night before his match and made him new gear,
Well,
which explains why his gear made like, I don't know, it was like the least impressive of everybody's. It's because it was not, his gear.
it was made in less than 24 hours. Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't think that's needed. A company launched a self-heating glove to help gamers boost performance. I need coolers on my hands, dog. I get so
My hands
sweaty.
get so sweaty.
Knees weak, arms heavy, vomit, sweater ready, mom sketty, nervous.
It's almost time to go talk
This
about our
dude's
budget.
lawn is dead and he's just spray painting it. I don't
Oh,
know if
I've
it's
seen it.
just spray paint. All right.
Paint it green so it looks like it's lusciously green.
He painted it green and red for some reason.
Oh, it's an end zone?
Touchdown!
Yeah.
See, now I kind of just want to go do that. I just want to buy a green spray and just go around to every dead lawn I see. Go to that one guy in that one town whose entire lawn is just dirt. Just spray it green.
Uh-huh.
Green dirt. Unfortunate. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I got anything else.
And I gotta go to a meeting, so big sad.
Big sad. Big sad.
Because I'm pretty tired. I'm ready to sit in my chair and relaxation.
Well, you could just do that, but he's not gonna.
No, hopefully the meeting goes quick. It's not fire training. It's just a meeting. So hopefully, if we can keep people from having too much conversation, we can get in and out of there pretty quick.
Well, I'm gonna go do a bunch of editing.
Have fun with that.
I won't. But I think that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.